Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this July the 22nd, 2025. I'm hoping everybody had a great Tuesday out there so far, but it's a great Tuesday evening. Hope everybody can stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the tropics in the lower 48. And as you can see, the tropics looks pretty quiet at this time. We got a little bit of activity from a cold front stretching from the north central tropical Atlantic all the way down to the Florida coast, and also to portions of the eastern Gulf there as well, and also down toward the Cuba region, toward the Dominican Republic, Haiti, also down. This is that tropical wave Invest 94L, which was moving to the west, kind of slowly meandering this way into the tropical Atlantic, the Eastern Caribbean Sea, excuse me, and that will continue to push across toward the west. So we got more scattered and numerous activity across South America. Here's another tropical wave down here across South America up into Central America that may move over to the Eastern Pacific. Could bring some development right in this area here. More scattered activity from there all the way back toward the Hawaiian Chain Island, a little bit around the Yucatan Peninsula, a little bit across the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida Panhandle, and more activity from Mexico all the way up into portions of the Dakotas, also into portions of Montana, Idaho, and also over towards Michigan, northern Michigan, and also into portions of northern Wisconsin areas as well. You can see where pretty much dry conditions are expected elsewhere. That's pretty much along that cold frontal boundary. You can stretch from Ohio down into the South Carolina and then out into coastal waters. Dry condition, a little bit cooler conditions to the north, but don't get used to it because a heat wave will set back into the central and eastern U.S. and things will begin to warm up quite a bit in the coming days after we have a little break from the heat right now. But don't get used to it because things will change by the end of the week and heading into next week. Alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road there, folks. Alright, you can see we got some flash flooding and heavy rain from South Dakota to Minnesota up here around Lake Superior, also in the portion of northern Michigan, Wisconsin, even some severe weather in that area from northern Michigan all the way back into Nebraska. Thunderstorms and showers from the outer banks of North Carolina to Tennessee, to Florida, Florida Keys, to Louisiana, to Michigan, around Lake Harry and Lake Superior, to Montana, to Wyoming, to Colorado, New Mexico, to Texas, to Kansas. Some activity over southern Arkansas, Oregon, in the California mountain range. Also a little bit in portions of northern Nevada, southern Idaho, and western portions of western Montana. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Wednesday. Alright, here's your Thursday outlook. You can see we got some heavy rain and flash flooding from portions of Kansas through Iowa to Illinois to Wisconsin, also into portions of the Chicago area. More thunderstorms and showers from North Carolina to South Carolina to Florida Keys to Louisiana to Mississippi and Alabama, West Texas, New Mexico to Wyoming to North and South Dakota, portion of Montana, Oregon, Nevada, California region through Wisconsin up here around Lake Harry and Lake Superior to Michigan to Ohio to New York State to northern Maine, portion of New Brunswick, Ottawa, and Toronto, Canada. You're included as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Thursday. Alright, let's move on to the current watches, warning, advisory map. You're locating across the nation, and you can see where the heat is going to be building. We got some heat advisory up here around Massachusetts, down toward Connecticut and Rhode Island. More heat advisories down here for southern South Carolina, also into Georgia, Alabama to Mississippi to Louisiana, East Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas to Mississippi to Illinois to portion of Indiana, also Wisconsin, southern portion of Minnesota, South Dakota, Nebraska region, eastern areas there, Iowa you included. Also we have some excessive heat warnings for portions of Illinois to Missouri to portion of southwestern Kentucky, western Tennessee, much of Mississippi, portions of Louisiana, and also into portions of Arkansas. Got some flash flood warnings along the coastal areas there of Louisiana, West Texas. You've got some flash flood watches in effect for New Mexico. Even got some red flag warnings here also in effect for Wyoming. Some flash flood watches for northern Wisconsin, northeastern Minnesota. Even some air quality alert for northern Minnesota. Special weather statements of portion of northern California and southern Oregon. Got the small craft advisory, gale warnings, only a little bit around the area of Southern California. And also got some special marine warnings off the coast and a little bit in the outer banks of North Carolina, small craft advisories, and also that coastal marine warning in areas of the big panhandle of Florida. Got some flood warnings in areas of Nebraska and also in Kansas, and also southern South Carolina. Got a coastal flood advisory and also some flood advisories also in effect for southeast Georgia. We have coastal flood advisories also in effect for you guys along the Hawaiian Chain Islands. Small craft advisories there around the Alaska region looks good, and also some hydro issues to the southeast. Alright, move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. We're going to take a look at your Wednesday outlook here. You can see we got general thunderstorm from Columbia, South Carolina to Wilmington to Charleston to Fort Myers to Mobile to New Orleans, Jackson, Mississippi, Midlands, Texas to La Crosse, all the way over to Bismarck, North Dakota, Billings, far west is Reno, Nevada, marginal risk from Sheridan to Cheyenne to Denver, then from McCook all the way over to Green Bay, Duluth you're included, Norfolk, Sioux Falls to Marquette, slight risk of severe weather. Probability looks like this for a tornado, 5 and 2% across portions of Minnesota and northern Wisconsin, also northern Michigan. Damaging winds going to look like this, 5 and 15% in that pretty much general vicinity from Nebraska, Kansas, all the way into northern Michigan, and the 5% over here in Wyoming and Colorado. Large hail looks like this, 5% pretty much in portions of Colorado, Wyoming, and western Nebraska. Alright, let's move on to day number 3, and we're going to take a look at your outlook there for your Thursday. And it's going to look something like this. Alright, we got general thunderstorms again for the southeast from Wilmington to Columbia to Greenville, Mississippi to New Orleans, Louisiana to Miami, Florida, Fort Stockton to over here to Salt Lake City to Reddings, Medford to Bismarck, all the way up into northern Maine, from just northeastern New Mexico to Cheyenne, marginal risk, Del Monte to Michigan and Detroit area, look like a marginal risk. Probability looks like this, just 5% in those two locations. Alright, we're going to take a look at the tropics for the next 2 weeks. This is from the Climate Prediction Center. As you can see, we're going to have dry conditions along the Gulf Coast from Texas to Florida, southern Georgia, and also there could be some tropical development possibly off the southeast coast and also right here in portions of the northern Gulf. So we'll monitor these two systems here, and this runs from July 30th 2025 through August the 5th. That's where we're expecting dry conditions pretty much from the Bahamas back in the central tropical Atlantic, then from South America back to Africa, and then Central America got a little bit of heavy precipitation. Then we got a 20 and 40% chance of development of a tropical system on the eastern Pacific, heading west toward the Hawaiian Chain Island, and you can see it has about 20 to 40% chance of development during that time frame. Alright, let's take a look at August 6th through the August 12th time frame. You can see you got some slightly higher precipitation over South America and also Africa. And there's that 20 and 40% chance of development once again off the eastern Pacific, off the Mexican coast, South American coast as well, and drier conditions just south of the Hawaiian Chain Island as well. So alright, so expect tropical development here in the eastern Pacific right along the Mexican coast. Have a 20% chance of development over the next 2 to 3 weeks. That will be August 6th through August 12th. And we're going to take a look at possible tropical development here in the northern Gulf and also along the Atlantic southeast coast for possible tropical development there from July 30th through August 5th. So we'll see how that pans out and see if anything develops between now and August 5th off the southeast coast or the northern Gulf. So alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like these videos, share these videos. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. We'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Tuesday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got.